Corey, is the plan for AJ Ouellette to start this week?
We'll see. He's banked a couple weeks now. But, we still have Frankie Q's out there practicing, so it's we'll see how it goes by the end of the week.
What kind of decision is that to have, I guess, where you have two guys who started a lot of games this year, in Rockwell and AJ?
Yeah, good decision. I mean, even Frankie as well. And obviously, having Thomas on the roster helps too. So I think, it's at that point of the season now. We're getting some guys back. It's a good problem to have when you have options and good ones. So we'll see how the week of practice plays out, and we'll, make a decision at the end of the week.
What's it like to see a guy like Keyshawn Johnson kind of get rewarded over these past few weeks? I think it's 5 touchdowns in 6 games for him.
Yeah, again, we talked about him and from camp. We saw the potential of the player that he could be, and you got familiar with the game and game speed, and none of that kind of stuff shocks us around here. We just, we see it every day. So, happy that he's making the plays that are coming to him, and the one he got last week was a heck of a play. But if you watch his tape through college, that's kind of a routine play for him. So happy for him, but I know he's looking for what's next, and that's this week.
A couple guys back along the offensive line, Fry and Godber. What's it like just to have guys, especially at that position, come back?
Yeah, that position for sure. It's been rough, on the injury front at that position. But again, it's that time of year where these guys are starting to come around, and similar to the running back situation, we're going to have options here, and we'll always pick and choose what we feel is best for the team. But to have everybody out there and getting back into the groove here, it's really nice to see.
Bain posted that he's going to be done for the year. Not only to hear that news, but can you provide any sort of update if he has to get surgery or anything?
He's dealing with that. Might have a small cleanup, but it's for just Sean as the guy that he is and the energy he brings. He just loved that he's still out here. He's still part of this team, and that was important in our conversation to make sure that he is still around. I do believe he's one of those personalities that's very infectious. So, again, like anybody else, it's unfortunate for the player. But just, knowing the type of guy that he is, and guys that are in the receiving room that's ultimately going to have to step in and step up, it's excellent to have him around for that.
You're probably going to say the job's not finished yet, but from a head coaching perspective in your first year, do you kind of have a little bingo card of first win, first home win, clinching a playoff spot? Like, do you feel a little sense of relief of a couple of things so far?
To be honest, I'm happy that, we're finding ways to win games as opposed to the opposite. So, I think every coach has, and their staff and the teams that they work for has, ultimate goals, and we're no different. So, this is a part of, where we intended to be. And now there's still lots of stuff to play for here these last few weeks. So, narrow focus.
With the receiving corps in flux as it has been for so much of this year, how nice has it been to have Sam Emelis in that same spot every week producing as he has? Yeah,
I mean, it's injuries. It can be two things. It could be your off-season training that kind of prepares you and your body for a long season. A little bit of luck as well. But Sam's definitely, he plays hard. He's taken some of his shots, and he's been available to us, right? So credit to him, no doubt, and his professionalism, how he takes care of his body, and how he preps each week. So happy for everything that he gets, and he's out here every day working to get better. So pleased with that.
You'd schemed against him in previous years. What did you see during those years when you were looking at him from a different perspective? Yeah,
just kind of exactly what you see. I mean, certainly, guys, that carry the Canadian passport at that position, you certainly identified him pretty quick as, passport's kind of irrelevant. He's just a really good receiver, and, you can say that about a lot of guys on our roster. So, I'm certainly happy that, I can just get to look at it in practice and on games and not have to worry about it on game day. But yeah, really, really pleased he's one of us.
Coach, since Trevor's been back in his last 7 starts, he's number 1 or number 2 in most major quarterbacking categories in the CFL. What is he doing right?
The same thing he does every day, every year. Just unbelievable preparation, time, and understanding his opponent, understanding the game plan of what Mules puts together, spending extra time with the receiving corps. I mean, he's a pro's pro, man. I seriously one of the best I've been around as far as preparation. Certainly at that spot, you have to be that. But he's one of those guys. It doesn't matter what his title is. He's going to go overboard to make sure he's prepared. So, you know, again, reap what you sow.
Kian got to 200 career receptions in the win. What about him? What made him special, and what makes him dynamic to get those 200 receptions?
Yeah, I think fearless is the number one thing. You know, he's not one of the guys that's going to shy away from going to get a ball, knowing he's going to take a hit. He's extremely competitive, optimistic guy by nature, and he's not afraid to do the dirty work and wait for his turn, and he capitalizes on these opportunities. So another guy, you know, I don't think passport makes a difference for him. He's just a really good receiver and a heck of a teammate, man, heck of a person. So again, another guy really, really pleased he's one of us.
What are your thoughts on how Adam Korsak has performed this year? Very consistent.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, I think the kicking game for specialists, you know, these last few years, you know, there's a lot of excellent ones across the league, and you can't have that conversation without Adam. His accuracy, his placement, you know, even everybody might look at, you know, how long, how deep guys are kicking it, but, you know, he's got the wherewithal, the scheme of what we're trying to accomplish on our cover teams, and he's an outstanding, again, another outstanding human being, and he takes his job extremely serious. So we're grateful to have him, and, you know, looking forward to having him as a weapon moving forward.
Coach, 30 minutes straight now for the 7-game play. Does it feel like you're starting to click at the right time?
Yeah, you'd hope for that. You know, this time of year, you want to be playing some of your best football, and I think we're trending in that direction. Still lots of stuff to work on, but to be able to, again, make those corrections and fixes coming out of a win, it's a little bit easier maybe to say from that standpoint, but yeah, man, the work really hasn't changed a ton, but we are, I think, trending in the right direction of how we want to be playing this time of year.
Coach Kian was saying that the dance that him and Samuel and Trevor have been known to do in the end zone might be referred to as the Saskatchewan Samba. And so throwing this out to you as a very uncoordinated radio announcer, he says the hips don't lie. Do the hips lie?
Just going through the Rolodex of hips. I don't think they do lie, but I got to tell you the truth. I got to go watch, man. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't seen this Saskatchewan Samba or where. I gotta go take a peek at that and see what that looks like. So, but yeah, I'd say hips definitely do not.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.